the final test for Chapter 2. Test 2. Let's take it. Okay. The password that you need is drummer. D-R-U-M-M-E-R. I'll put that in the chat and on the Google Classroom as well. Okay, and as always, remember this is an open book test. So you have the right to go back and look at the modules as many times as you want if you don't know what the answer to one of the questions is. You can always navigate away and come back, and it won't grade it for you until you click submit quiz down at the end. So there are my modules all open, so I'm ready. Okay, question 1. Which line of code outputs the decimal portion of a float stored in the variable x? Okay, I want the decimal portion of a float. Well, a float is a decimal number. Okay, well, if I have a number like 5.72 or something like that, and I want to just print the 0.72, well, then I got to get rid of the 5. The 5 is the integer value. So this answer here is looking pretty good. Okay. Print the number minus its integer part, and I'll get just the decimal portion. Okay. Number 2. So 3 of the following values could be stored as strings. When would you not use a string command? Okay, when would you not use a string command to store values, to store decimal values? It looks like that's not when you want a string command, because it won't use a decimal value anymore. It'll give you a string value. It'll think your number is actually a word. So the other ones are where you could use a string command. Okay. Question 3. Consider the following code. X equals integer value of the input. Enter a number and then print X. What happens if the user types in A? Well, A is not an integer. This would cause an error. Int and input cannot be used together in the same line. An integer variable cannot store a string. Okay, I think that's a better option here. If they don't put in a number, then it won't be able to store it as an integer. Okay, which of the following is not a data type in Python? Well, boy, I'm not sure about this one right here. Let me go back and look at the material from the chapter. Okay. Okay, what about this? What about basic calculations? Okay, let's look at the summaries first. Oh, I have this practice thing. I can do this and I can test it out. Okay, what was it? Okay, here's the code. Okay, oh cool, I can actually test it out and see. Okay, so let's run the code. All right, error. Oh, okay, there you go, I get an error. So that proves it. Okay, which of the following is not a data type in Python? Well, we don't talk about decimals, we talk about this thing called floats. Okay, we do talk about strings, we talk about integers. Which of the following numbers might this code generate? Random integer between 1 and 9 inclusive. Okay, well, it could generate 1. It can't generate 10, 11, or 0. Question 6. What is not a built-in function in Python? Okay, not a built-in function. Well, this absolute value function looks kind of suspect. I think I have to import a module to do that, but let's try it. Okay, so x equals squirt 16. square root of 16. Oh, no, it doesn't like that. It's not defined. Okay. What about string? Well, wait. I can use squirt if I import math, right? Import to math. And then x equals math dot squirt. Let's try that. Okay, yeah, so that works. But I got to import math. But what about string? X equals, what does that do? String. That's not a function. That's a data type string. Okay, so if I say x equals string hello, and I run the code, yeah, I get an error there. Okay, so I think that's the key to number 6. Number 7, to generate integers between and including -10 to +10, you would use, I want integers, so I want random int. Okay, so either this one or this one. I'm going to try it, see what happens on my little try space here. Okay, so x equals random int, and then just print x. Okay, let's try it. Oh, it's not defined. Okay, well I got to import random. Oh, okay, then it works. So that would work as long as I imported the random module. What about this one? Let's try this one again. What if I just had x equals rand int? No, it doesn't know that, right? Maybe if I get rid of this, will it know it? No, that's wrong. Okay, so it should be random dot rand int. Okay. Consider the following code. A is 3, B is 2. Print A to the power of B. That's 3 to the second power, which is 9. Don't say 6. It's 9. Okay, so 12 modular division by 5. Okay, well, we've got our little space to try this, so we can just try it right here. All right, run the code. What's output is 2. There. And if you think about it, 12 divided by 5, that 5 goes into 12 2 times, right? To 10, and then there's 2 left over, and it's the leftover part that makes the difference. Okay, question 10. Consider the following code. Okay, we got x is 9. Well, I can totally just print that and see what's output. Run the code. 5 is what's output. Now let's go back and see if that makes sense. X plus y, 9 plus, oh, but wait, I got to multiply first. That's my PEMDAS, my order of operations. So y times z, that's -4, and then 9 plus -4 is +5. Okay, makes sense. You need to find the square root of a value. Which of the following functions would you use? That's your buddy there, square root. You need to make sure a number that uses types. You need to make sure a number the user types in is non-negative. Which of the following functions would you use? Okay, so let's go to our try space here. So x equals input, enter a number. Okay, y equals, maybe I gotta import some math. Y equals, let's try that, absolute value of the number, and then print y. Okay, so if I enter a negative number like -86, x must be a number on line 3. Okay. Well, that's not working. Let's try the other ones here. What about pause? Is pause going to work? Let's try it here. Pause. No, there's no pause code. It should be absolute value. So there's a problem in here. Let's try it this way. Okay, well it will only print a positive number. Okay, so this is what we want, absolute value. Now consider the following code. X is 5, x is equal to x times 3. So x times 3, well, x is 5, 5 times 3 is 15. And you can also just copy it and paste it here. Run the code and see what's output. Question 14. Following code is intended to find the average of 3 numbers entered from the keyboard. What is wrong with the code? Well, I see a problem down here, which is that we don't have our order of operations working for us, because this is going to do the division first, and then it's going to add the 3 numbers together. So really, we need a parentheses after that last number. What is the output for the following? X is 7, print the number is something plus something times 2. The number is, well, that's 7. 7 times 2 is 14. Which of the following calculates to 10? Okay, I've got to make our orders of operation work here again. 3 times 6 is 18. 2 divided by 2 is 1. 18 plus 1 is 19. That's not 10, okay? 3 times 6 is 18. 2 divided by 2 is 1. Again, that's 19. It doesn't work. Okay, 3 times 6 is 18. 18 plus 2 is 20. We do that first because it's in the parentheses. Then we divide by 2, and we get 10. Down here, we've got 2 divided by 2 is 1. 6 plus 1 is 7. And then 3 times 7 is 21. But we wanted 10. Okay, 17. Which of the following would be the best variable name to store the value of your English letter grade? Can't start with a number. Letter grade. Ooh. Well, I could do this. Why not? The other ones are kind of hard to remember. 18. Why can it be helpful to perform mathematical calculations using programming? Choose the best answer. Well, computers can quickly do calculations that humans can't. Because the values stored in variables cannot change. They can change. That's not true. Programming is an important skill. Well, that's true, but that's not the answer to the question. All right, 19. Consider the following code. What is output? Okay, well, we got code that we can copy and paste into our code trier again, and we can see what's output. But let's predict first. Okay, so x is 19, y is 5. Modular division, 19 divided by 5. Okay, it goes in there 3 times 15. But this is going to give me the remainder, right? The remainder should be 4. And it is. And question 20, consider the following code. What is output? Okay, so it's going to print the minimum of all these things, and basically that's in alphabetical order. So apron starts with an A. My guess is that it's going to be apron. But let's go back here, print the code, run the code, apron. Bam, you're done. 20 out of 20. Rack it up, submit it, get your score. Thanks for watching. Oh, shoot, I got one wrong. Well, 19 out of 20. Pretty good.